Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we discuss a legend, actually two, the Top Time and Fausto Coppi. So you probably know the Breitling Top Time. Originally launched during the 1960s, it was reborn in the modern era as a vintage-inspired sports chronograph. And of course, this is the Top Time Coppi chronograph, so a tribute to Fausto Coppi, winner of the Tour de France, the Giro d'Italia, the World Championship, Milan-San Remo, Paris-Roubaix, Giro de Lombardia, and many, many, many other elite cycling competitions. He competed both before and after World War II in an extraordinary career spanning decades known as Il Campionissimo. You can see his signature nickname on the tachymeter scale. This is a watch that's a tribute to Coppi. There's also a companion, a tribute to his great rival Gino Bartali. We're going to talk about Coppi now. And this watch, of course, with the colors that are emblematic of his racing bicycles. Of course, most of the photos of them are in black and white, so you wouldn't necessarily know that, but that is the source material. You can also see his signature on the dial, and then we turn it all over. The watch features his name on the back, and you can see this 2025 model year debut is one of 750 to be made in stainless steel, 41 millimeters in diameter. It's a nice size. It's got a modern presence on the wrist. 50.2 millimeters lug tip to lug tip with a 20 millimeter spacing between the lugs, 13.6 millimeters thick. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is a well-known standard by this point, 16 centimeters circumference. The lugs are large and prominent, so while it has a vintage look, it does wear like a modern timepiece. I recommend a wrist of 16 centimeters circumference like mine and larger. It has the lately fashionable glass box style sapphire designed to look like a bubble plexi from the 1960s. Of course, the watch has a lovely teal leather strap, and it's sort of brogued with leather stitched on top of leather. It's very thick. Breitling always gives you a surprisingly substantial strap. At every price point, the strap seems like you're getting something that is truly elite. It always has a sense of occasion to it and ennobles every thusly equipped Breitling watch with an air of premium panache. So you can see we have a lightly contrasting white stitch, signal yellow on the bottom, and then we've got a clasp, which is a folding clasp with both polish and satin, twin trigger release, so it cannot pop open inadvertently. We have lovely vintage pump style pushers, the Breitling logo on the crown, though it's 100 meters water resistant. It's a push down crown. Now when I pull the crown, you can see the stop seconds function is activated. We have a column wheel chronograph. You can see the column wheel on the back, crisp actuation, and that is the pleasure of a column wheel, a traditional and more, one might say, elite way of building a chronograph. We also have a vertical clutch, so there's no jump or stagger when you start the chronograph. The seconds hand smoothly engages, and you can leave it running with no hazard because there's no additional wear and tear with a vertical clutch. The dial has a subtle sort of striping in that the primary center dial is silver opaline, a light frosted grain, and then we have these two directional brushed stripes that run through the counters for running seconds and chronograph minutes. We've got polished rhodium-plated steel hands. You can see black indices here, and then we've got a lightning bolt style orange hand. We have a tachymeter scale outboard, and you will have to be talented with mental decimals if you want to use this scale for cycling speeds. You're probably going to want to reduce everything by an order of magnitude because not even Coppi was quite that fast, 400 units. Well, before we flip over, actually, let's take a look at the loom, of course. You can see that there is no shortage and that the indices, though the rare black variant of superluminova, they are actually luminescent. On the back, we have Breitling's caliber B01. Here is a no-date 34-joule version, automatic winding, 70-hour power reserve, stop seconds, 4 hertz beat rate, column wheel, vertical clutch, 5-position adjustment, and a COSC certified Swiss chronometer. You can see a combination of Edicron for beat, error, and fine adjustment correction, and then Breitling's proprietary micrometric screw. It's an eccentric screw, a fine adjustment mechanism for the smallest possible incremental adjustments up or down. It allows this watch to be tuned very fine indeed with KIF shock protection and a lovely lateral satin grain across all the surfaces. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.